back. How's everyone doing? We'll wait a few more minutes for people to trickle in. What is up? Hold on. Tammy, D Nice, Matthew. Thank you for dropping in to say hi, Matthew. I appreciate that. Denny Rose. Heather whatever is out walking the dog. Super cool. Gunner girl, what is up? Julissa! Hold on. Had to clear my throat for a second. Julianne, what is up? Jennifer Marie. She's listening while drastically changing her hair color. Super cool. Leonore, what is up? How's everyone doing while we wait for people to trickle in? I got a chance to finally see Fear Street prom night. I actually did enjoy it. I like the 80s. I mean, it's cheesy. But I like cheesy horror. I did enjoy it. It is on Netflix now for those of you who have it. Go ahead and check it out. I think there's Fear Street 1978, Fear Street 1666 or something. And I think there's one before that too, 1994. So there's 3 others. If you guys haven't caught that series, check it out. I don't remember the other ones because it's been a while. It's been a minute since I've seen those. But I did enjoy Prom Night, Prom Queen. The killer though, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen the trailer. But you'll know what I mean. The killer, the one thing about the killer is he reminded me of the character from Squid Game. That was about it. But other than that, I did enjoy it. I enjoyed it. I liked the cheesiness and about it. So it was pretty cool. Again, if you guys want to check that out and you have Netflix, it's on there now. You can watch it in the comfort of your own home. Also, too, I believe I know there's a bunch of movies coming out. I think next week we're finally going to be able to have a chance to see 28 years later. It is finally here. I can't believe how quick the year is gone. I can't believe we're already in summer. Well, I mean, summer doesn't officially start till next week, but it's been feeling like summer here the last couple of days. But I can't believe it's here. I cannot wait. That was the movie that I know you guys probably hear me say this all the time, but that was the movie that got me into zombies. I think I saw the second one first, and then I saw the first one, so I cannot wait. I am super hyped for that. They did say Cillian Murphy is going to be back in it. He's in a lot of Nolan films. But I did not know that was him that was in, because he's like young, like super young in the 28 Days Later. And so I really didn't know it was him, but he is coming back, and he is not that zombie that you've seen jumping around on social media and on I believe he was in the trailer too as well. And I've heard it's good too. I've seen the review, or I've seen people have already seen it, and I'm like, at my first, because there's already been early screenings for it, but I cannot wait. But I'm not a movie theater going girl, so we'll see how we're gonna do this. But I cannot wait. If you're waiting for if you're kind of like me and like to see movies on the comfort of your own home, or you're a VOD type of person, I'm not a VOD person. I kind of just wait for them to come out on streaming, like one of the streaming services I have. It's very rare that I do get something on VOD unless it's something I really want to watch. And there were a few that I did, but Final Destination, Bloodlines, I know there's like a gazillion of them. Pretty much the same premise, I'm pretty sure, with all of them. Nothing beats the first one, obviously, but the only reason why I kind of only watched Final Destination was because of the kills. Come on. I mean, I don't know if anyone else watched it because of the kills, but I guess I'm kind of demented in that way. But if you missed Final Destination Bloodlines, now you can watch it at home. After a month in theaters, it seems like a movie like literally hits theaters, then it's already on VOD. I remember before it'd be in theaters, and then like 6 months later, you would get like VOD, or you wouldn't even get VOD at the time. You would get a physical copy with the streaming code in it. Now it's like 3 weeks later, it seems like you get things on VOD. Denny Rose, thank you for that super chat. Woohoo! Party hearts for Denny Rose. That's right. Hearts for Denny Rose, guys. Thank you. The 6th installment, it does feel like the 20th installment of the Final Destination franchise, famous for killing off its cast one by one in freak accidents. It's basically like, I guess, if you want to go off the first one, I'm not sure if Bloodlines does the same thing, but if you want to go off the first one, they beat death, and death knocks them off one by one in the series, I guess, in the one by one by, I can't think of the words right now, by the way they were seated in the plane and how they should have died, put it that way. I'm not sure if Final Destination Bloodlines does that, but that's how the first one went. Had a lot of those actors that were in movies a lot at that time. Is now available to rent or buy on Amazon Prime Video. Following a successful, albeit temporary, run at the box office, Final Destination Bloodlines is also the first installment since 2011 and the first to be filmed for IMAX. The newest chapter in New Line Cinema's bloody successful franchise takes audiences back to the very beginning of Death, Twisted Sense of Justice, a long line display of Prime Video reads. I believe also it is the last appearance of Tony Todd before his passing. So it's kind of a bittersweet. It's kind of bittersweet because Tony Todd was an amazing actor. There's no one that can beat his voice. His voice alone was just plagued by a violent recurring nightmare. College student Stephanie heads home to track down the one person who might be able to break the cycle and save her bloodline from the grisly demise that inevitably awaits them all. The log line continues. Here's what to know about Final Destination Bloodlines, including how to watch at home. Final Destination Bloodlines, try to say that a gazillion times, is officially available to rent or buy on Prime Video. The film costs $24.99. Just remember, when you do buy something on VOD, you do not own it. Basically, if that streaming service that you did buy it from loses the rights to the movie, you will lose the movie regardless if you pay for it or not. That's the only thing I don't like about streaming, but I do like, or VOD, but I do like the fact that it's very convenient. You could watch it anytime. You could watch it on your phone. I mean, you don't have to worry about putting a disc in the player like back in the good old days, or a VHS. I'm dating myself, but that's kind of why I like streaming. It's simple, it's quick, it's convenient. You can watch it anywhere. You could be in your car waiting for someone and you could watch the movie. So it's $24.99 to purchase or $19.99 to rent. You might as well buy it. It's not for that, you might as well buy it. According to Prime Video, users have 30 days to start watching the rented film. Once they begin watching, they have 48 hours to finish it. Some of the films from the Final Destination franchise are currently available to stream on Max, including the Final Destination, Final Destination 2, Final Destination 3, and Final Destination 4, which I did see. If you guys want to catch up on your Final Destinations, they are on Max. All the movies except for the Final Destination are slated to leave Max in 13 days, so fans of the franchise better hurry. What is it's saying what it's about. I really don't think we need to know what it's about. I think it's pretty much similar to basically what the other ones are, I'm guessing. So I'm probably not going to really go into that, but you can watch it at home if you are one that likes to purchase VOD. Oh yeah, D-Dice goes Laserdisc. Yes, I didn't own a Laserdisc, but I remember them. I remember in what was it, high school, I think. One of the teachers had a laser disc player in his classroom, and he would play laser discs, and he would take the laser disc out like it was like gold. Did he goes, do you think if we do Candyman we could bring Tony Todd back? I wish. Probably not. They did make another Candyman, which I did not like, but I did not like the newer Candyman. I felt like, yeah, but I wish we could bring them back, but unfortunately, we don't live forever, unfortunately, and I don't think I would want to live forever. I feel like it would be a long, lonely life if we did. I mean, if we all lived together, that's different. If we all lived long, I mean, forever. DJ Knight, what is up? They could, D-Nice, they could bring them back with AI, but the problem is, I don't know if they have the rights to. I know James Earl Jones gave permission for them to use his voice, for Disney to use. I read somewhere that James Earl Jones did give Disney permission to use his voice. So there's a little tricky. I think that had to do with something with the strike that we just had recently. It was with the AI thing, if I'm not mistaken. Because the way AI is going, it can replace actors. So that's kind of it can replace everything. So that's kind of scary in a way. So AI, I mean, AI is cool, but it's kind of scary in some ways. I know I spoke about this on a previous stream, but I kind of mentioned that they were trying with Blumhouse acquiring the rights to Saw. They officially bought the rights to the Saw franchise, with Juan and Wanell rejoining the team. I'm a huge fan of the Saw franchise. I feel like the Saw franchise is kind of like the Final Destination franchise. It keeps going. The last Saw that I did see, I did enjoy it. I really enjoyed it. The one before that I didn't really like. Chester Bennington was even in a Saw. So it's kind of crazy. I do like Billy the Doll, who's pictured here. But it's official. Blumhouse has officially bought the rights to the Saw franchise. It was just 2 weeks ago that the bombshell report came across our desk, with Deadline reporting that Blumhouse would be boarding the Saw franchise. In a fresh report from Variety this afternoon makes it officially official, while also providing some additional info. But first, a little bit of a recap. There's been a lot of talk about the future of the Saw franchise in recent months, with some suggesting that the franchise is dead in the wake of Saw 11 being pulled from the release schedule. The only reason why it was being pulled is because they couldn't agree on things. Coming off a successful 10th installment, Saw 11 was set to release on September 26, 2025, but turmoil behind the scenes left the fate of the franchise hanging in the balance. I'm honestly fine if they stop at 10. I was satisfied with 10. I don't think we need any more, but I mean, it isn't for the faint of heart, as it's a blood and guts type of film. Which I love, and it also has twists, like it makes you think. From what we understand, Twisted Pictures and Lionsgate have disagreements that spelled the end of the planned Saw 11 and temporarily left the franchise future in limbo. So what changed? Lionsgate had owned 50% of the rights to Saw, while Twisted Pictures owned the other half, and Blumhouse has now acquired the portion of the rights that has been owned by Twisted, with Lionsgate owning the other portion. Lionsgate and Blumhouse will now work together on all future film shows and other properties featuring the murderous, torture-loving Jigsaw. I hope we don't end up having a problem like they did with, I believe it was like one part owned Friday the 13th and the other part owned Jason. So I hope we don't have an issue with that like we kind of have now with Friday the 13th. That was the reason why, partly why the game, the most awesome game you could possibly have. I sucked at it, but I thought it was super cool. Had to shut down their servers at the end of last year. I believe it was December. What's particularly interesting here is that Saw franchise creator James Wan. James Wan is best known for the the Conjuring universe, and Lee Wynell. He did The Invisible Man and Wolf Moon, I think, is the most recent. Will be brought back into the fold, helping to guide the future of the franchise. Saw holds a special place in my heart. Wan said, "Coming back to the world with a fresh perspective is thrilling and deeply personal. For me, this will mark a significant creative return to the franchise for the first time since the early days, and I'm very much looking forward to embracing the original spirit whilst pushing the legacy forward in bold, unexpected ways." Stay tuned for more on all things Saw as we learn it. Like I said, I don't think we need another Saw. I am happy with how it ended. I mean, if they decide to maybe do something different with it, maybe I'll be open to it, but I am good with Saw the way it is. Like, I feel like there was too many to begin with. It's like there's too many Friday 13th, too many Nightmare on Elm Streets, too many. I mean, they shouldn't have made another Candyman. Danny goes, I like what the original actors and actresses for Final Destination. Same thing. I mean, Final Destination, as we were spoken about earlier, I feel like the first one is the best. Not to get me wrong, I enjoyed all of them. It's been a while since I've seen them all, but because I like the deaths, I guess is what I like, the blood and the gore and the crazy deaths that they show. But I've seen them all. I believe I've seen all the Final Destinations. I think I have. It's been a while. Gunner Girl goes, yes, they make way too many sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes it's like it's time to end Jason. It's like when they when they brought back Halloween. Twice. Rob Zombie did it, and then they brought it back again. And I was like, we don't need any more Michael Myers. And then the last Halloween Kills, it was where was Michael Myers? It was just I don't want to I don't remember it, and I don't want to remember it. Put it that way. Also, too, if you guys want to see Women in the Yard, this is another movie I need to catch. We do have it on digital. I just haven't had a chance to watch it yet. Blumhouse, The Woman in the Yard sets Peacock premiere date. I mean the trailer looked cool, but I'm kind of with Blumhouse. It's a hit or it's not a hit. I feel like though Blumhouse has gotten the path where they sold their soul to the devil because they want to do remakes. And I feel like we don't need any more remakes. Like we're getting I Know What You Did Last Summer. I get it. There's nostalgia to it. Freddie Prinze Jr. and Jennifer Love Hewitt's returning, but I want to see original things. You know what I mean? Like this is kind of something original. But I don't have high hopes for this movie. The trailer looked good. It is what the title is, The Woman in the Yard. In the mood for some sweltering thrills now that summer is finally here. Peacock has just the thing with the exclusive streaming debut of Blumhouse's The Woman in the Yard, the horror flick starring Danielle Deadwyler and Okwu Okpakwasili will take a seat on the platform alongside other major film titles like Wicked Part 1, Don't Worry, I'm Not Watching Wicked, Black Bag, Nosferatu, Dogman, and Oppenheimer later this month. The latest spine-chilling team-up between Blumhouse and Universal Pictures was written by first-time feature scribe Sam Stefanik and directed by genre alum Jaume Colette Serra. The Shallows carry on. Deadwyler stars as Ramona, an injured mother of two children, Taylor Peyton Jackson and Annie Estella Kahija, still grieving the untimely death of her husband, David In a devastating car accident, Ramona is forced to snap out of her bereaved spiral when a strange, ominous-looking woman draped in black abruptly appears on the front lawn of the family's remote farmhouse and begins making steadily increasing threats. Anything could be scary, says in a Colette Sarah said in a statement around the film's release. A small movement from the woman, the music, a quick cut, anything. So to me, this was interesting because it was an exercise in dialing down the volume and seeing if I could still keep the tension going. I've done many horror movies, so to come back to the genre at this point in my life was refreshing because I can now bring some of the other things I've learned from other genres. With A Woman in the Yard, I tried to do things that are a little more complicated character-wise, so it was not just about jump scares. It will be streaming for those of you that have Peacock. It will be streaming on June 27th. So keep an eye out on that. That is something you can add to your horror movie guide for the summer. Emily Parkinson, what is up? They're making another Carrie, a TV series, D-Nice. I was like, what the heck? Yeah, Mike Flanagan is making a Carrie series. Actually, you know what? That you mentioned that, D-Nice is asking what was better, the original Carrie or the 2002 Carrie. I didn't mind both of them, but nothing, I mean, like I said, nothing can beat the original. Sissy Spacek did an amazing job. I know, I mean, obviously, because it was filmed in the 70s, like the quality of it isn't as great, but I love that about it. Like, that makes the movie. Yes, they are making a TV series, believe it or not. And it started filming already. I came across this. And I was like, what the? So Mike Flanagan's Carrie series is now one step closer to our screens. The horror auteur himself just announced in a new Instagram post that filming on the series have begun, featuring Summer H. Howell as the latest young actress to take on the mantle of Stephen King's first protagonist. The update isn't much, just a picture of the series' day one slate paired with the caption, "And we're off." It does, however, confirm that Michael Fimagnari will once again collaborate with Flanagan as cinematographer on the series, having previously worked on Oculus, Before I Wake, Ouija, or Origin of Evil, Doctor Sleep, Gerald's Game, The Haunting of Hill House, Midnight Mass, The Fall of the House of Usher, and The Midnight Club. Alongside Howell as Carrie White, the series is set to star Sienna Dugong as Sue Snell, along with Matthew Lillard. Matthew Lillard, oh my God, he is the nicest person you can ever meet. Amber Mid Thunder, Samantha Sloyan. I am probably butchering these people's names. I do apologize. Allison Thornton, Talia Dudek, Josie Tota, Arthur Conti, and Joel Olette. This, according to Lillard, the series is going to update King's seminal novel for a modern audience. I don't know about this one. So, yes, there is a series. I don't know how I feel about that one. It's like they're making A24 is making a Friday the 13th series. Like Crystal Lake series, put it that way. And I'm like I mean, I'll watch it. I'll give anything a chance. But I liked the Carries. I never had a problem with the Carries. Actually, like I said, nothing beats the original. Nothing. It's with anything. Nothing's gonna ever beat the original. But I I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it, but I would definitely like watch it. Julianne goes, I really watch horror movies anymore. I like suspense thrillers and action more than anything. I like those too. I do watch other things besides horror, but just horror is like my super my super I don't know how you call it. It's just like it has my heart. Oh yeah, Tammy, I saw that too. They're doing a Harry Potter series, and I'm like, what? We don't need a Harry Potter series. We don't. And we don't need another Scream. Like, I feel like there's a lot of Screams. We don't need another one. One last article before we get into the main topic is I've been hearing about this. It is in Vegas, that they were going to open up where Area 15 is, I believe. If I'm not, is it 15? I've never been there, so I don't. That they were going to open up like an all year round like horror experience. Well, Universal Horror Unleashed brings the Texas Chainsaw Massacre to Las Vegas. The year-round immense immersive horror experience opens to the public on August 14th. I am all down for this. I wish they would do something here. Instead of just having horror, like, Universal Studios horror nights or, Knox Scary Farm. I wish they would have something that's all year round. So if you are in Vegas, there is something that is going to be all year round. Universal Horror Unleashed grand opening is right around the corner on August 14th with the Las Vegas-based year-round immersive horror experience revealing another of its terrifying haunted houses today with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Based on Toby Hopper's 1974 horror masterpiece, Universal Unleashed, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre haunt will bring attendees face to face with Leatherface and every member of his deranged family, placing guests in the footsteps of the victims as they face horrifying, iconic scenes and characters. The journey starts with a fateful stop at a Texan cemetery, followed by an encounter with the old man at the dusty gas station featured in the chilling barbecue scene. Hungry, and an official press release reveals more of what fans can expect from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre haunt. The experience continues in Kill Vault, one of the four themed immersive areas within Universal Horror Unleashed, surrounded by rusty knives and machetes. The eerie characters of Kill Vault, from a strange surgeon to psychotic slashers, are lurking in the shadows, attempting to lure their next victims as they interact with everyone on or in sight. This area also features rough cuts where guests can feast on chainsaw carved small plates as they witness a variety of show moments. These highly themed areas at Universal Horror Unleashed adds another level of guest interaction with characters where they can even hear their haunting backstories. Combined electrifying performances, immersing guests in horror entertainment like never before. So this Texas Chainsaw Massacre haunt joins the Scarecrow, the Reaping, as well as Universal Monsters with the Exorcist Believer themed. Why would they use the Exorcist Believer? Why? Like, serious. Oh my God, why not the Exorcist? For a sneak peek at Universal Horror Unleashed, take on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Check out, there is a teaser on their official website if you want to check it out. I believe this is in Area 15 or something like that. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. But I did hear about it about a year ago, and I'm all down for it. That sounds super cool. Hopefully it's something different than like the mazes we do, or haunted houses, like a normal haunted houses. I hope it's like I hope it's something like when you walk in, you feel like you're in the movie. That's what kind of, that would be cool. Like you feel like you're actually in Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You know what I mean? That would be cool. even Denny agrees with me about the Exorcist Believer. Like, why? That was the movie. I believe that means it did not make a lot of money in the box office. It was like the person that wrote the script on that movie did not has never watched an Exorcist movie in their entire lifetime. And I'm not talking about Exorcist, but I'm talking about any like possession type movies. Because I've seen a bunch of, even in the X-Files, they've had possession, with the Kalashari episode and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, all the movies I've ever watched, the one thing they said is like, don't look it in the eye. And in Exorcist Believer, they were looking straight into the eye. And I'm like, so yeah, that's why I'm like, why did they, why, I get it. It's probably their like newest thing. Maybe they don't have the rights to the original Exorcist. You know how sometimes that works? I don't know, to be honest with you. But I would have done just the Exorcist. That's more iconic. People know that more, I believe, than Believer. They probably know Believer. Because I mean, you know how it is. If something bad if it happens to you, or if you watch something bad, 20 people know about it. But if it's something good, only 5 people know about it, type of thing. So they probably know about it. But I mean, regardless, though, it looks like a pretty cool, like, immersive experience that you could go to if you ever go to Vegas. And it opens on August 14th. So I thought this was kind of interesting. Did he goes there are even B movies for The Exorcist that are good? I know there's a lot of great B movie horror movies out there that are great, that were probably better than Exorcist Believer. Don't get me wrong. If you guys want to check it out, go ahead and check it out if you guys haven't seen it, to see what I'm talking about. But don't ever knock a movie unless you actually seen it. You know what I mean? So I feel like all just that one. It was I could go on for days with that. So I thought this was kind of cool. Because back then you didn't, I feel like, I mean, now when you mention like witches bottles, it's not as taboo now. I think still people kind of understand it more, but I still feel like there's still people that think that they're evil. So it's kind of weird, especially in a time where that was kind of a thing, where if you didn't believe, like I always go back to the Renaissance periods with the kings and queens. If you didn't believe what the king and queen believed in, you would be killed for it, kind of thing. So even later on, like later on, it was still kind of, if you didn't believe what everyone else believed in, it was kind of, you are the work of the devil, you're going to hell. But I feel like now, people are more open to things than it was back then. There's still people that are highly religious, and they still, if you don't believe what I believe in, you're going to go to hell, type of thing. But I thought this was kind of interesting. Union soldier used witches bottles to ward off evil while occupying a Confederate fort during the Civil War. And if you guys don't know what a witch's bottle is, there's several different types. It was this glass bottle full of nails. We thought it was unusual, but weren't sure what it was. That I would, if I saw that, I wouldn't think of it as a witch's bottle. I would think of it as something that was used in a spell and not to touch it, or a ritual. But it says under the caption, the bottle is in remarkable shape, saved for the broken top. It contained a ball of corded nails. A 2016 dig at a Civil War era mini fortification known as Redoubt 9 near Williamsburg, Virginia, yielded a ritual item experts now believe to have been a witch's bottle. The defensive historical structures remains now lie on a highway median between exits 238 and 242 on Interstate 64 in York County. For those of you who are familiar with that area, I am not. I have never been on the East Coast aside from Florida. According to researchers from William and Mary University, which conducted the dig in partnership with the state's Department of Transportation, jugs like this were once used to ward off evil spirits. According to CNN, the idea was that its contents would trap these spirits and protect its owners. For director of the University Center of Archaeology Research, W.M. Carr, Joe Jones, it wasn't initially clear what his colleagues had found. It was this glass bottle full of nails, broken, but all there near an old brick hearth, said Jones. We thought it was unusual, but weren't sure what it was. Discovered next to the remains of a hearth built by Union troops between 1862 and 1865, the nails inside had corroded into a ball. The broken off top was seemingly the only significant damage to the artifact, and artifact had endured in the last 150 years. The dig itself was conducted when it became clear that the Transportation Department project was on Interstate 64 might damage or destroy any undiscovered artifacts in the area, a very real possibility considering that Redoubt 9 had been occupied by both Confederate and Union during the war. Experts initially wondered whether the bottle might have been used as a vessel to hold nails, but numerous factors pointed toward a more superstitious use. Witches' bottles are the type of things people would use more generally in famine, political strife, or feeling under threat. And Jones, the Union troops, were definitely under all those kind of essential threats or fears. There's also witches' bottles that can help with, I have one, but it fell off. I got to put it back on. For anxiety. There's also one to help bring you good luck. There's also different things. Leave it buried. Exactly. That's kind of how I feel about it. It's kind of cool that they found it, but my first, like I said at the beginning, my first thing with it, I would think that it was used in a ritual and not to touch it. Like, do not ever touch anything like that. Thank you, Leonore. But I would have just left it alone because you don't know what it was used for. They think it was used to protect them. I mean, but still, you still, it's something I probably wouldn't touch. Though Jones is adamant that the bottle's use remains merely a theory, the location, contents, and historical context of the find has him rather convinced. Previous research showed, after all, that these bottles have been commonly found near hearths and chimneys and used for the specific purpose. They are placed near a hearth so the heat of the fire heats the nails, which helps traps and hold evil spirits. Other items uncovered at the site included canteen fragments, pews, horseshoe nails, uniform buttons, ink bottle fragments, and more. The bottle, which is labeled Charles Grove of Columbia, PA, is one of fewer than dozens found in the United States. In the United Kingdom, meanwhile, about 200 have been found in total. Most recently, one containing human teeth, fish hooks, and a mysterious liquid were discovered during roof repairs on the former home of an 18th century witch, Angeline Tubbs. Whoever this particular bottle belonged to, Jones explained, was scared enough of being killed in battle to actually use one. With the 5th Pennsylvania Cavalry Regiment being under regular threat from Confederate troops, one could see how even metaphysical solutions like witches' bottles would start to be considered under fear of death. Given the perceived threat of Confederate attack and general hostility of local residents, he had good reasons to pull all the stops and rely on folk tradition from his community in Pennsylvania to help protect his temporary home away from home, Jones explains. As the age-old maxim reminds us, there are no atheists in foxholes. While some in modern-day warfare might say a prayer, those embattled in Virginia during the Civil War opted for witches' bottles, which was kind of weird because I feel like that was something that, though back then, the Ouija board was considered something like playing with cards. It was kind of considered, that was kind of how it was, like how, I mean, now we look at, oh my God, that thing is evil. And it wasn't until The Exorcist that that board got that connotation. But before then, it was like, something that they had on their coffee table. So I guess it kind of makes sense that, they would use witches bottles. But I was like, this is kind of weird because of how religion played in a lot of the things that has happened in the past. So, and to believe in something different than someone else. And I feel like even now people are people are now more open about it, but I think people are still kind of reserved when they talk about what they believe in or what they practice, because of, like I said, there are super religious people out there that do believe that if you don't believe what they believe in, that you're going to go to hell type of thing. So Denny Rose goes, yeah, no. And if you saw it, throw salt on it just to be safe. That's what I would do. I mean, I would not touch it. I would leave it alone. I don't know what you would bear if by uncovering it, what you would bring back. You know what I mean? What they used it for. I know this article said to ward off evils, but you don't know if that, how do you know that's 100% sure? I mean, obviously they did their research, but it's still, it's going to make me question it in the back of the mind that, they could have used it in a ritual. And you don't want to touch anything that was used in a ritual. Jennifer Murray goes, full stop on my hair dyeing to say in 2009, Barbie herself sold her own Ouija board at Toys R Us. That was, yes, it's crazy. Julianne goes, that's really neat, though. It is really neat, actually. Denny Rose goes, stay away from Madame. She was New Orleans, right? She did black magic, like voodoo. That would have been super cool to have, though. A Barbie Ouija board? Like, come on. I have a mini Ouija board. Literally, it's a mini Ouija board. A pocket Ouija board. You could carry it in your bag. And it actually has a planchette, too. A mini planchette, but I don't want to open it and lose it. But yeah, here's my mini Ouija board that I have here on my desk. But that is super cool to think that people were still superstitious and still thought to do stuff like that. But then again, like I said, if I found it, I wouldn't have touched it. I would have been like, no. Because I don't know what like I said, I don't know what they used it for. I don't know what I could bring back with me to my home. Like I would, yeah. Like, so for future reference, guys, if you find anything like that, leave it. It's super cool though, like that, to know that they used those things, like they still had a spiritual side to them back in the day. Thank you, Gunner Girl. But Diddy Rose goes, makes you think the bigwigs might be evil themselves. There are people that are in high places that are evil. And it's not because a demon is making them evil. That's just the way they are. I 100% agree. There's people in high places that are evil just because they are. And they don't care about anyone else but themselves. And it's sad. All right, guys, I am going to open it up for questions. I'm also going to give you a few minutes. I forgot to say at the beginning of the stream, I'm going to also give you a few minutes to look for Skeleduck. If you guys don't know who Skeleduck is, I think everybody knows who Skeleduck is here, but for anyone coming around, even on the replay, Skeleduck is, let me see if I can find his picture. He's pictured in my upper right-hand corner, could be your upper left-hand corner. That is what he looks like. I hide him every stream. It is not the one where my finger is pointed to. That is his brother that goes to the gym, but he is somewhere in my background, and I will give you a few minutes to look for him. Jared Infirmary says to everyone that asked, yes, I worked at Toys R Us back in the day and was shocked that they were selling demon summoning devices to little children. I have one, and I know I've said it before, that is actually like a board game. That's in my closet. The board game one. Jeff Furbury goes for Lisa. Ever wanted to summon demons to pass the boring time sitting in rush hour traffic on the bus? Now you can. Pocket Ouija boards now for sale. Actually, I forgot where I got it. It was from a mom and pop, like online. I say mom and pop, but it's like a independently owned. It's not like franchise, but I forgot who I got it from. And I saw it online and I was like, oh my God, I have to have it. So it's sitting on my desk here. But wait, for only $19.95, you can get this. You gotta love infomercials. D Nice goes, imagine a party with those as fate. Oh my God, that would be so cool. I would love to see everyone's reaction. I am not kidding you, D Nice. That would be so cool just to see what everyone's reaction would be. And I'm all laughing about it. Oh, that would be super cool. Just to see people's reactions, you know what I mean? They'll be like, what on earth is this? Or have like mini, I don't know, that as a party favor with like a mini Chucky doll and you know, Annabelle doll. You know what I mean? That'd be so cool. Or like Annabelle is like the table centerpiece. D-Dice goes, a bejeweled planchette, only $50 each. Get yours today. Don't miss out. It's hilarious how infomercials, oh my God. I haven't seen one in a long time, but I always remembered when I was a kid watching them. They're like, but wait! In the next 3 minutes, order now and get this for free, when it actually wasn't free. Hurry, only while supplies last, and they are going fast. Get one before it's too late. I mean, some people fell for it. I was gonna say like my computer. Oh, it'd go out for a minute. Ah, I was like, it was doing so good, so All right, I should be back. It froze at like the weirdest moment. I was gonna say it was doing so good. Oh, it's kind of like stuttering. Ay. It was doing so good. It's stuttering still, it looks like. Let me give it a few seconds because I'm looking at the back end and the back end is kind of delayed. And it's the darn Studio Ghost. Like I said, it was doing so well. So well. Almost made it. Almost. Diddy goes, it's her Ouija that froze her. She's got to throw salt on it. Okay, because on my end, I'm froze still. So hopefully you guys can see me. Jennifer Marie goes, we summons the Studio Ghost with our Ouija board talk. I did jinx it. I should have knocked on wood. D Nice goes, I think your Studio Ghost likes the idea of the Ouija party favors. Oh my God, my back end is like super delayed. All right, guys, I'll give you a few more minutes to look for Skeleduck since we were rudely interrupted by my Studio Ghosts. I have not named them yet. They are unnamed. I do not know who they are, but they do like to mess with my equipment every now and then. So I do apologize. And it's been happening every stream. I need to start. Will the blood of Christ compel you? Julia goes, so many things I could say about your back end. All right, guys, Skeleduck. Drum roll. Skeleduck is right there by Mugwai or Gizmo. Right where my finger is pointing. He's got his butt sticking out. So his back end is sticking out. D Nice goes, you need an old priest and a young priest. Yeah, I need them standing behind me with their holy water. But that is where he is. He's right by Gizmo. Right where my finger is pointed. Denny Rose goes, Skeleduck put a spell on your laptop. Sure did. Julius was like, I give up. Want to give a shout out to D Nice for your PayPal. Witches Brew Fund. Thank you, D Nice. Hearts for D Nice. And thank you also, D Nice, for last week. I did miss a couple of you because I forgot to check my phone. Thank you, Heather, whatever, as well last week. And I think it was Hug as well. So I do appreciate your PayPals that I missed last week as well. So hearts for D Nice, Heather, whatever, for last week, and Hugs. But I know Hugs isn't in the chat right now, so hopefully she'll see it on the replay. Because I always forget to check my phone. D Nice goes, you need a tub full of holy water. I'll be like, whoosh, whoosh. And then then I'll definitely go out because the water. All right, guys. Any last minute questions before I end this stream? And before the ghosts in the studio rudely interrupted me, like they do every week. D nice. I am gonna try to mix this weekend. Let's see, because last week I was tired. That's the reason why I didn't go on. I wanted to go on and I didn't go on. The week before that, I did go on. So keep an eye, your eyes peeled for my Twitch. I might go big. I'll probably go this weekend for sure. Because I need to go on more. Because I gotta get monetized over there. I just need my hours. So I just need to go on and just do it. So keep your eyes peeled for my Twitch over the weekend. I'll probably go on. Hopefully I'm not too tired. Usually on the weekends I'm tired because of work, because of the week. D nice, the puppy is good. The puppy's name is Ella. All right, guys, without further ado, thank you for joining me on this edition of Grayson Report. I will see you on the next one, which will be next week. Hopefully the studio ghost will not rudely interrupt me. But we will recognize the studio ghosts. But guys, thank you for joining me tonight. On tonight's edition of Grayson Report. I will see you on the next one, guys. Have a great rest of your week, great weekend, sweet dreams, sweet nightmares, and stay spooky and watch some horror movies this weekend. Good night, guys, and thank you.